Yeah, good evening, everyone. Give me 2 minutes. I need to upload this material, then I'll start class. ఉన్నా పర్లేదు. Deepakshi, are you experienced programmer? You know Core Java already? Advanced Java already? Then contact your class admin. You have to take break and join mornings 9 a.m. new batch. 4:30 p.m. batch is old batch. Contact your class admin. Hmm? Hmm? ఏ ఇదేంటి కెమెరా ఆన్ అవ్వట్లేదు. Online students, is my camera on to you? Right, buttons ఏం పని చేయట్లేదు. అలా రీజాయిన్ అవ్వరు. హలో, అది స్టార్ట్ బటన్ పని చేయట్లేదు. కనీసం ఇక్కడే ప్రాబ్లం. ఫెయిల్ టు స్టార్ట్ ద వీడియో కెన్. Okay guys, it seems to be there is a problem. So today please adjust without video. Otherwise I have to restart the session. Cannot start video. Fail to start video camera. Please select another video camera in settings. Settings లో ఒకటే ఉంది. సర్లే, like this. Okay guys, what we are learning in last class? Constructor and types of constructors completed. Okay. Now today let's try to understand one small problem. Then we are moving to the next. Currently, what is the topic we are learning? Initializing object. Okay. I am creating a class. Check out. Let us try to understand. Initializing object. I am creating a class called example. Initializing object means example E1 equal to new example. Tell me, when you create object of this class example, what happened background? Please try to understand. When we create an object, what happened background? First step, object is not created. First step, first step, what happened? Already know. Class is loaded into JVM. First step, class loading. Tell me, after the class loading, what happened? Static variable memory created with a default value 0 or null, whatever. Then next, what happened? Now, first step, class loaded. Second step, non-static variable memory created. Third step, object is created. Understood? Without loading class, object is not created. Then inside this object, non-static variables memory created with the default values. And then a new keyword called constructor. Constructor changes default values with given values. Okay. And then reference is written and stored in E1 variable. E1 variable pointing to it. Is this object creation complete or incomplete? Look at the diagram, go through the flow, and please find out this object creation is complete or incomplete. Complete or incomplete? Incomplete. Why? What is the problem with the constructor? Constructor has two problems. One problem మీరు చెప్తే ఒక problem నేను చెప్తా. If you tell one problem, second problem I will tell. In front of you, one problem is there. What is the problem? Identify the problem. Constructor has two problems. One problem there in front of you. What the first problem? మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తా, నేను చెప్ప మెయిన్ క్లాస్ నాట్ దేర్ క్లాస్ 104th line. ఒరే ఎజుమ్రా, I have written this object creation somewhere in the project in some class. Okay na Patan? We are not running class example, we are running the class that has this object creation. Okay, now again I'm repeating all the flow. Okay, listen, this class contains static variable, also contain what? Non-static variable. Now when I run the test class that contain object creation, first which class is loaded? Test class is loaded, and then main method execution started. Main method execution started. Inside main method, first step what happened? Variable memory created. Second step what should happen? New keyword should create object. If you want to create object, first this class has to be loaded. Then static variable memory is created with the default value. Then object is created with a non-static variable memory with a default value. If I leave the objects now, is this object completely created or incomplete created? Why incomplete? Because the non-static variable in the object is not initialized. Understand my point? Tell me, you are decided to come to the classroom. When you are coming to the classroom, you are neatly getting ready and then coming out of the room to the classroom, na? Okay, now you wanted to come to the classroom, then just wearing the clothes and then not coming, by keeping the all the hair in a zigzag order, making the face dirty, you are not coming. Neatly comb and applying some makeup and then coming out. That is called initialization. So tell me, when you create an object, the object must complete its initialization, then only the object is ready to use. The object is useful for performing operation only after object is initialized. For example, you went to the bank, asking the bank manager, I want to open account. Then the bank manager immediately asks, okay, very good. What is your name? Okay, Hari Krishna. Give your Aadhaar card, PAN card, and how much money you want depositing. Then I am saying, Chichi, I don't have any PAN card, Aadhaar card, and amount not there. Just I want to open account. Empty account I want to open. Manager allow or not allow? Allow. Empty account are cheskuntaడు. Bank manager with empty account, what he can do? Nothing, no? So if I create empty object, means default values object, is it useful or useless? Useless. Now after this object created non-static variables value, the new keyword calling constructor. Constructor implicitly changing default values to given values. And then object reference is stored in E1. Because of E1 type example, it is pointing to static variable. Because of reference, it is pointing to non-static variable. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is this object fully initialized or not initialized? Fully not initialized. Array, this circle is object or instance? It is instance. Non-static variable memory plus static variable memory completely is called what? Object. Object means what? Static, non-static variables, all values together is called what? Object. Now you tell me, is this object completely initialized or not initialized? Not initialized. Which part is not initialized? Array, again you are looking. Come on, yeah. Which part of the object is not initialized? Static variables part. Why it is not initialized? Because constructor is responsible only initializing non-static variables. Ayyo. Then who will initialize static variables? Who will initialize static variables? For non-static variables initialize, we have constructor. Who will initialize static variable? Like a constructor, there should be something else. అంతే కదా. Who is there for teaching you core Java? Hare Krishna. Then who will teach advanced Java? Who will teach Spring Boot microservices? Like Hare Krishna, there should be some faculties. Who will initialize static variable? To initialize static variable, we have a concept called what? Static block. So what are the problems with the constructor? Constructor has two problems. Problem number one, cannot initialize our static variables. Because how many times static variables get memory? One copy. How many times the initialization logic should execute? One time. If I write static variable initialization logic in the constructor, for every new object creation, constructor executed na? If I write static variable initialization logic in the constructor, for every new object, static variable memory, static variable is initialized again and again. That's a wrong idea. So, alternative to constructor, we have a special concept called what? Static block. So, static block is used for initializing static variable at the time of object creation when class loading into JVM. Class loading into JVM. How many times class is loaded into JVM? One time. How many times static variable memory allocated? One time. Then how many times static block logic executed? One time. Next I am asking question. I want to execute some logic compulsory when class loaded into JVM. Where I should write that logic? Non-static block. Static block. I want to execute some logic compulsory only one time when class is loaded into JVM, then place that logic inside static block. So what is a static block? Block, just to open bracket, closed bracket, placed inside a class with the keyword what? Static is called what? Static block. Static block is, what is the use of static block? Static block is used for initializing static variable or executing some logic only once when class loaded into JVM. What is the syntax for writing static block? Static, open bracket, dash, logic, closed bracket. Inside static block, can I write any statement as I like? No. Inside static block, I can write only, okay, I can write any statement which is allowed inside a static method except return semicolon, return value semicolon, because it is just a block. If you write return semicolon or return value semicolon, compiler will throw error. Okay. Can you write a sample program to initialize static variables at the time of class loading into JVM? Understand the point, sir? Write the notes, check. Take it in block and types of blocks. Block and types of blocks. This topic is new, so I want you write notes. Then static block notes we will write. Non-static block notes, I'll share the material. Same, static, non-static, same. Static keyword remove, non-static block will come. All right now. A nameless block. A nameless block, just to open bracket and closed bracket. Placed either inside a class or inside a method is called block. You can place block either inside a class or inside a method. For example, this is the class, this is the method. Completed? Okay, block understood. Where I can write the block understood. What is a block? Just nameless block, open bracket, closed bracket is called block. Where I can place the block? Either inside a class or inside a method. Now, Java supports types of blocks. Java supports 3 types of blocks. Have you completed these bullet points? Oh, 1 second, sir. This is the problem. I didn't close previous class. Okay. Online students, can you see my video now? Okay. So Java support 3 types of blocks: static initializer block, instance initializer block, local block. Completed these 2 paragraphs. Look at the code. There is a small confusion here. Okay, for your better understanding, I'm bringing the brackets down. Okay, just because so many brackets are there. Just for understanding, I am placing the brackets down. You can also write brackets down. Look at the diagram. There is a confusion. This is class scope. This is method scope. In the class scope, we have static block. Okay, we have instance initializer block. and we have local block. Observe. Instance initializer block and local block both are looking same, but are they same? No. It's like int x equal to 10 and inside method I'm writing int p equal to 20. Are both the same? No, this is non-static. This is also this is also non-static. Ayya, this is not non-static. This is local. Chandigarh, never forget. Because it is belongs to where? Method. It is belongs to where? Class. Inside class without static. What? Non-static. Inside method without static is what? Local. Should not forget. Okay. So tell me, both are look like same, but this is belongs to class and this belongs to what? Method. Because it is belongs to class, so what is this? Instance initializer block. Because it is belongs to method, what is this? Local block. So please try to notice that point clearly. Which belongs to class, hence it is instance initializer block. This is belongs to method, hence it is what? Local block. Write that arrow marks for clarity. వాటిని వేటికి అటాచ్ చేసామో తెలుసుకోవాలి. దిస్ ఈజ్ అటాచ్డ్ టు ద క్లాస్ and it is attached to the method. Scope is very important. Class scope, method scope. చైర్లు వేసి కూర్చోబెట్టేసాం. ఓకే, we provided chair. Write as it is diagram as I have written. Spring Boot questions also students are asking me. One student got some exception. I guess something I told you is working. Completed? So we got clarity on block. Block and just open bracket, closed bracket. Where I can write block, either in the class or in the method. Inside class block is called class level block. Inside method is called local block. Inside class, we can create two types of blocks, static block and non-static block or instance initializer block, both are same. Inside method, we can create local block. Instance initializer block and local block both are looking same, but their scopes are different. Okay, next continuation please. Purpose of each block. Write down these three paragraphs. Static initializer block is used for initializing static variables and also used for executing some logic only once when class is loaded into JVM. Instance initializer block is used for. Local block is not for initializing, it is used for decreasing the scope of local variable. Underline the decreasing. Not for initializing. Static block, non-static block are used for initializing. Non-static block is used for, local block is used for decreasing. Stolen? First, already we know local block, one small program we will write and we'll complete it. Look at this program, simple program. Already we know local block in the variable, just revising. Look at here. A nameless block that is created inside a method is called local block. It is used for destroying local variable after its usage is completed. For example, class example M1. Tell me, this is a parameter. It is belongs to method M1. Its scope starts from here till the end of the method. Anywhere you can access up to here. Next, Q variable created inside the method. From this line, you can access up to here anywhere, no problem. But comes to this R variable, I created inside where? Local block. Okay. Then now this R variable is available till end of the method up to local block. Up to local block. After local block completed, P still accessible or not? Yes. Q still accessible or not? Yes. Is R accessible or not accessible? Not accessible. Will get compiled error? Cannot find symbol. So tell me, what is the use of local variable? Local variable is used for decreasing the scope of the variable and destroying its memory immediately after its use is completed. Then int r equal to 80. Can I recreate that local variable again in the method? Yes, because already the memory r is destroyed. Allowed here to recreate accessing this second variable. This r is not this first variable. This is what? Second variable. So this is a simple point about local variable, mean local block related point. Okay. Please write this one. This block related points, little confusion. If you write, then you will understand. Scroll down. Completed this program, understood? Okay. Now proceed to the static block. Here onwards, the main points are starts. And tell me, what is a static block? A nameless block that is created inside a class outside of all methods with a keyword static is called what? Static block. What the use of static block? Static block is used for two purposes: for initializing static variables and for executing some logic only once at the time of class loading into JVM. Only once at the time of class loading into JVM. For example, observe here please. Below program shows creating static block to execute some logic at the time of class loading. Look at here. I am writing class example. Inside class example, I have written what? Static block. Can you consider as a static block? Why? Because static, open bracket, closed bracket. Where did you place? Only inside class. So it is a static block. System.out.println SB. Then M1 method I am writing. This is static block and this is static block or static method. Is this block automatically executed by JVM? Yes. Is it automatically executed by JVM? No. We have to call for execution. Next, main method, then main method. Tell me, if I run this class, I am saving this file inside test0.java and compiling, executing by using the name example. So tell me, what is the flow of execution? First, JVM loads the class example. When the class is loaded into JVM, JVM automatically executes static block, and will go to where now? Main method. Second step, third step, main method. So what is the output? You will see on console SB and then main. Okay, SB and main is the output of this program. So tell me, if I create static block automatically executed at the time of class loading, main method executed at the time of class loading or after class loading? After class loading. The statements placed inside the static block executed at the class loading time. Now main method logic executed at class loading or after class loading? After class loading. Static block logic is always executed, but main method logic is not always executed. In a few cases, main method logic is not executed. What the cases, I will explain in the next classes. Okay, clear? Please write down this one. Two programs you have to write on static block. Continue. Completed the first two paragraphs. Slowly I'll scroll down, you write. Line by line I'll scroll down. Scroll down. Now we need to write flow of execution. Here we have three things: static block, M1 method, main method. Then Java example. First step, what happened? Class loading. CL means class load. After class loading, second step, what is executed? Static block. Third step, what is executed? Main method. Always main method executed after static block. Line 100 at the what is next, sir? CL means class loading, Raswami. Okay, completed. And then fourth step, coming out. What is the output? SBML. This program shows creating static block to execute some logic at the time of class loading. So static block is always executed. Why M1 method not executed? Because we did call. Static block idea, you got a next point. Write down this explanation. If you want, you write. If you feel already you know, no need to write. It's 3 lines. JVM executes but static block in the above program. If you want explanation, right? If you don't want, leave it. Done? People who completed, you can write next program. Static block is meant for second purpose is what? Initializing static variable from static block with a runtime value. I want initialize static variable with runtime value. Sir, how can we read runtime value in the static block? Is a static block a parameterized method? If it is a method, I can read runtime value as an argument. But static block is not a parameter. Just you write what? Static, open bracket, closed bracket, right? Then how can I read runtime value to store in the static variable? There are three places we can read. Number one, from keyboard I can read. From keyboard I can read. From file I can read. From database I can read. There are three places we can read runtime value. Actually, four places. Or the fourth place from other programmer as argument. So if you want to read as an argument, it should be a parameter. Do you have parameter here? No. Then can static block read an argument? No. Only what it can do? It can only read either from keyboard or read from the file or read from where? Database. File is IOStream chapter, last chapter. Database is advanced Java. Now in core Java, as of now, you have to use what? Keyboard. Okay, tell me now. If you want to read value from keyboard, this is my Java program. This is my keyboard console. This is the console. Console is nothing but command prompt. And this is the keyboard. From the keyboard, whatever the value I typed, that value traveling here and displaying here. From here it is going to where now? Java program. Then if you want to read value from Java program, everyone please focus. If you want read value from Java program, first of all, I have to connect it to this console or not? I should first of all connect it to the console. How can I connect it to the console? You no need to do anything. By default, JVM software internally connects to the console by using an object called what? System.in. But system.in read the data, system.in will read the data, but it cannot return complete data at a time. For example, if you entered 101, press enter, this 101 completely will not come into the program. So if you want to get complete data at a time, I should take the help of another object. I should take the help of another object to connect it to it. This object is scanner. What the object name? Scanner. I have to take the object called scanner. Then scanner connected to system.in, system.in connected to console. In our program, what is the statement I should write? Scanner SCN equal to new scanner of system.in. So system.in connected to the console. To the console, what is created? Scanner is connected. Now I want to read data from the scanner object. For reading data from scanner object, inside scanner class, we have a method called what? Next. Which type of value you want to read? Int. Write method name as what? Next int. No, I want read double. Then what you write? Next double. No, I want read boolean. Write what? Next boolean. No, I want read string. Then call what? Next. Just write what? Next. I don't want string means what? One word. No, I want read complete a big line. One complete line I want read. Then call what method? Next line. So repeating once again, I want to read data from the keyboard. To read data from the keyboard, the Java program first of all should be connected to whom now? Console. Console internally connected to the keyboard. And this is console. Then to connect to the console, by default, JVM internally contains one special object called what? System.in. To this system.in, I have to create one more object. What is this object? Scanner. Then to read data, just you type the data here 10, press enter. Automatically, this data will travel via system.in travel via system.in and then dropped inside where scanner object. From the scanner object, I should read the data into our program. For that, I should call scn dot next xx methods I have to call. What is this xxx? This is the data type name. Which type of data you want to read? That data type name I have to mention here. If you want to read byte, you should write what? Next byte. If you want to read a number as a short, you have to write what? Next short, next int, next long, next double, next float, next boolean, next boolean, next boolean. I want read string. You can just call next, or you can call what? Next line. So in our program, in the present program, I want to write Java program to read data from the console keyboard, a integer number I want to read. Then first step in my Java program, what I should create? System.in. System.in, I don't need to create, JVM is doing. Connecting to the system.in, I have to create one object. What is this object? Scanner. Then from the scanner object, what type of data you want to read? What type of data you want to read? Int type data. Which method I have to call? Next int. Tell me the complete statement. Scanner scn equal to new scanner of system.in and then following by int a or int value equal to scn dot next in, and then just I want to check whether the value came or not. So I am writing what? System.out.println value. This is my program for reading value from the keyboard. Everybody got clarity? But now my question is, you want to read data from the keyboard in the main method or in the static block? Static block. So write these lines inside where? Static block. Next, you want to read value from the keyboard, store in a local variable or you want to store in a static variable? Static variable. So don't write int value, write that static variable name here. What the static variable name? A. And where you write this entire logic? Inside the static block. Everyone got clarity here? Write down. Completed the entire notes? Everyone? Online students? Completed this explanation? Yeah, right question. Below program explains initializing static variable from static block. By reading value from, okay, 1 minute. By reading value from keyboard. After initializing, we'll read. Okay, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. I want to write two programs for your clarity. 1 minute, please. Below program explains initializing static variable from static block and reading that initialized value from main method and static method. Two programs I will explain. First program, simple plain program. Next program, reading from the keyboard. Write down, please. Below program explains initializing static variable from static block and reading that initialized value from static variable in main method and static method. This is Bujji Chinni program. Small. Thoda. Jaldi likho. समय हो रहा है हिंदी में करेक्ट समय ज्यादा हो रहा है राइट डाउन फर्स्ट ఈ లోకల్ బ్లాక్ స్టాటిక్ బ్లాక్ మూడు ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ని జాగ్రత్తగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేస్తే రేపు we will play with non-static block and we will summarize entire knowledge whatever you gain up to now. Completed? Scroll down. Tell me, what is the flow of execution of this program? First step, class is loaded. Everyone write at top Java example. First step, Java command load the class. Everyone write step numbers also. Second step, static variable A memory created with value 0. This is second step. Third step, have you initialized any value here? No. Then leaving this variable with value 0. This is third step, leaving this variable with the default value 0. Everyone tell me, what is the fourth step? Is it main method or static block? Wonderful. Static block is the fourth step. Then inside static block, what is the meaning of A equal to 20? Is it creating another memory with value 10? Wrong. Right and strike mark. Right and strike mark. This is wrong. 10 is stored in the static variable available at the class. 0 replace with what value? 10. If you want to create a memory inside static block, before what should be there? Data type. Because data type is not there, this is accessing. Then next line, system.out.println, reading a value from the static variable, printing output here. What is output? 10. So stored and reading. Watching or writing? Ayo, watching. Write down. Next step, tell me where it will go. Main method. Main method also reading a value from where? Static. Tell me, the static variable initialized in the static block, is that value available for other methods? Yes. Because the value stored in the from the static block, the value stored in the static variable from the static block, not to local. It is what? Class level. Then you are calling M1. Then control will go to M1 method. Inside M1 method, A value reading, it is also reading value from where? Static variable only. So what is the important point? The value stored in static block, the value stored in static variable from static block available to main method and other static methods. Okay, now? Yeah, up to these three programs, local block program, static variable, static block 2 program, 3 programs, practice and come. Tomorrow I will teach you initializing static variable from static block with a runtime value, and then we'll go for non-static blocks. Okay, everyone comfortable at today class? Tomorrow is very important class. Tomorrow you are getting the revision of complete Java, whatever you have learned from first day to till today. So don't miss tomorrow class, please. Thank you. I'm not uploading any material today. Tomorrow I'll upload. Okay, na? Yesterday doubt. What is yesterday doubt? Santosh. చెప్పు.
సార్ అదే సార్ నేను కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ గురించి అడిగాను కదా సార్. సో
ఏమడిగా?
మనం అంటే మీరు ఇంటెక్స్ ఇంటూ అని చెప్పి టూ పారామీటర్స్ ని కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ లో తీసుకున్నారు. సో అలా కాకుండా నేను కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ యూజ్ చేసి ఇంటెక్స్ ఒక దగ్గర ఇంటూ ఒక దగ్గర తీసుకుంటాను అనేసి అన్నాను కదా సార్. సో దానికి మీరు అన్నారు సో రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకే దగ్గర క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి అని అడిగితే కాదు సార్, అంటే నేను ఒకే దగ్గర క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి అనేసి అంటే మీరు అన్నారు ఒకసారి ఆలోచించి రేపు డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం అనేసి అన్నారు.
ఓకే, చెప్పు.
సో రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకే దగ్గర ఎప్పుడు క్రియేట్ అవ్వవు సార్, ఎందుకంటే అది ఎక్కడ క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి అంటే ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అనేవి మనకి హీప్ మెమరీలో క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి కాబట్టి ఒకే దగ్గర క్రియేట్ అవ్వవు సార్.
ఒకటి దగ్గర క్రియేట్ అవుతాయా, రెండు ప్లేసులు క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి నేను అడగల. న్యూ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అని 2 సార్లు కాల్ చేస్తే ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అయిద్దా, 2 ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి అని అడిగాను.
2 ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి సార్.
మరి ఫస్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ స్టోరింగ్ వాల్యూ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, సెకండ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ స్టోరింగ్ ఇన్ సెకండ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, దెన్ you both values are storing in one object or 2 different objects?
2 different objects.
And then tell me what is the purpose?
అంటే 2 డిఫరెంట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ లో క్రియేట్ చేయడం వల్ల మనకి
నీ పాయింట్ ఏంటి? 2 వాల్యూస్ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లోకి వెళ్ళాలి.
అవును సార్.
మరి వెళ్తుందా వెళ్ళదా?
వెళ్ళదు కదా సార్.
మరి యూజ్లెస్
సార్.
అంతే, దట్స్ ఇట్. దేర్ ends the matter. Okay?
ఓకే సార్. థాంక్యూ సార్.
ఓకే. Hey.